Bryan Clay Invite started as an overflow meet, actually. We had the Mount Sac Relays, which was this really big track event that happens here in Southern California, and there were some athletes who weren't able to quite get into that meet, and so they created Bryan Clay Invite as a way to give some more opportunities.
And each year, more and more teams started coming because I think really because one, it's a great track and a great facility, but two, because we tried to keep the meet about the athletes. And I think that's something that's really special about what we do here. And so as more teams have found out and as the teams continue to come, the meet just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I just can't tell you how excited I am to see this meet continue to grow and see what it can turn into.
What is it like to run this meet, a meet of this size? It gets a little daunting. A few months out, we start thinking a lot about it and preparing for it.
It takes a lot of man hours. It's a whole staff here, but it's also outsourcing to different coaches at different universities to have them helping with seeding and heats. It takes an army, really, and it's worth it every year, though.
Compiling the fields is getting more and more difficult every year. This is my 7th year of being a part of this, and every year the talent just goes up and up and up. It really becomes a challenge to figure that out.
I think there are a few things that kind of made this event one of the go-to events in the country. Some of those have been collegiate records being set here.
The top time is the national record.
The new collegiate record belongs to Parker Valby.
I know the 2 week I was around like 13:22, 13:23, but I didn't look at the time. I didn't know that I ran 13:15 or 16. So like, oh, that's a great one. I'm happy.
If you want to run fast, you want to hit regional marks, you want to hit national marks, you want to get school records, you want to go collegiate records, which we've seen a little bit, this is the place to get it done.
People don't know what is so special, and they get here for warm-up day and they look around like, well, looks like just another track. But it's not until they're done with their races and they look at the scoreboard and they see their times, and then the celebration begins, and just exciting to be a part of it.
Let's go! 71! 71!
The energy of this meet, until you've been here, you can't believe it. We call it controlled chaos around here, and we let a lot of the schools and the athletes come down on the infield and really get in tight. And that's the thing, you just feel the energy all the way around the track. When one race is finishing and those guys are celebrating, the next race is starting up and all the enthusiasm starts all over again.
I was just saying, this is like my favorite meet all year because you have so many heats of so many events that the track is full the whole time. And I love that energy, and you can tell everybody's here is excited. Every single heat there's a ton of people cheering, and like everybody's hitting PVs and everything. And so this is, like I said, this is like my favorite meet of the year because just the energy is incredible.
Azusa always has the best crowd. Like, yeah, feels like a distance carnival here. The people show up.
It's very helpful to hear the cheers as we're coming down the home stretch. It's super painful, and so that at least gives me a little bit more motivation, and the energy is amazing. The Bryan Clay Invite always has so much good energy. The people love it here. I feel like the tradition of it also brings a lot of motivation and energy, so it was just a great opportunity and experience, honestly. I had friends there, coaches there. It was so fun.
We're fortunate to have coaches like Joe Franklin involved, and he's kind of the guy, I think, early on that made it sort of a coaches co-op.
I like to call it a track meet cooperative. So it's a constant helping with all universities that will say, hey, I'm going to bring somebody back from the 5,000 the night before.
Everybody get involved and help us out. And your guys ran the 5K, bring them back in the 1,500, help us out.
They know that they're going to have pacers. They know that heats are going to be fair and balanced. But the other thing they know, we just, you may not even know this yet, we just moved the schedule back a half hour. And we did that because there's a little weather pattern coming through, and that's what's unique about this. The staff with Jack Hoyt, the head coach, and Sean Smith, they're so open and receptive to different ideas, and as long as they can get it done, they will. But that's, at 99% of all track meets, people aren't going to change, especially when you have 4,700 athletes. And to take a whole event area and move it back a half hour, 86 heats. They're doing that to give people the best opportunities to run fast. And that's what makes it so special.
60? 60.
Bryan will be here. In fact, he should be here tonight. And he's excited about it. he loves the fact, and he's involved. He calls me up, what are we doing, and how's it going to go, and who's involved with it. So he loves it. Bryan was the gold medalist for 2008 Olympics, and Azusa Pacific alum, also silver medalist in 2004 Olympics.
And so when we were going to put on a meet here, we were trying to think of, okay, well, who do we name it after? And this was before my time, but Bryan Clay obviously was like the first person to come to mind. And so he usually gets back here for the event every year, and he's a really big spokesperson for the sport in general. So naming it after him, it means a lot to Azusa Pacific.
It's a huge honor to have the meet named after me. It's something that I never, I think in my wildest dreams, thought would ever be the case, But I know when I got done with my career, my coaches kind of told me that they were going to do it. It was one of those things I was like, oh, well, we'll see how it goes. Like, hopefully it won't die off and, not be worth anything. But to see how the meet's grown over the years, and to be, I think, arguably one of the biggest, collegiate meets, in the country, I think is pretty good. And when you look at like even our distance races, I mean, it's by far one of the biggest distance, competitions in the country. And so it's been, I'm proud of it. I think the team is doing a great job running it. We try to keep a really great feel, an athlete kind of friendly feel to it, and so far people are loving it.
But he also likes to see those decathletes coming in, and he'll always be here for the Decathlon 1500 to root for those guys. And I think that, just speaking of that, it's fun to have the Decathlon 1500 in the main part of the meet, because you never get decathletes with people cheering and music going in perfect conditions and lights on. So it's fun to run the whole thing, and having Bryan Clay involved is really special.
I just love the fact that no matter how big this meet gets, it's still, the heart of it, I think, is still the multi-events, the deck and the HEP. We start the meet off with, the deck and the HEP on Thursday, Friday, and then we move into, the regular part of the meet, the regular portion of the meet on Saturday. And so just, having that, and then having the caliber of athlete like Damien come, just, I think speaks to what the meet is and what people are looking for when they come to this meet. So I love it. I think it's great, and I hope we can get more and more athletes to come out.
On your marks, one coming in and start, right? Waterfall. So you're going to walk out there as soon as they finish. You're going to walk up to the white line. You're going to take 3 steps back. And then when I say on your marks, you're going to step up immediately without delay. Foot not on or over the white line. If you want to, look down, make sure. And be still. We won't hold you any longer than we need to. Okay? Good luck. You all hear that? On your mark.
Everything is good, everything is perfect, and it seems to be like a fast race.
But it was honestly pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I haven't been in a college race since I was in college.
Yeah.
Lots of good feelings. I'm very happy with my performance and with what I was able to accomplish. Overall, just very thankful for the opportunity that I've had. My teammates, my coaches are amazing, so it was just a lot of fun. Felt very comfy here.
My parents came from France. Mom, that's my dad, and that's my mom.
Awesome.
Mom, say hi to the camera. Yeah. They came from France for my race. They say, oh, your race is in Cali? Oh, here we go. We want to go on the trip. So they visited us days to Los Angeles and came for my race. Everything was perfect, honestly.
I'm not sure what'll go in the future. I just know that what we would love to be able to do is make this meet worthwhile for everybody. And so I know people love getting their marks. I know people love, just kind of the way the meets run and the feel of the meet. And I think if we can get USATF involved and we can get the IAAF involved and some of the certifications of the meets so that they count for some of the different meets and things like that, that would be amazing. And so as we continue to grow the meet and try to operate the meet well, we're going to be looking to see what's next. And those are some of the things that we want to take a look at. One of the things that I don't get to do often is just, thank all of our supporters, thank all the teams for coming out. I mean, we couldn't do this if it wasn't for the coaches bringing their teams out. It wouldn't be what it is. And so the fact that, all the coaches, I think from over 200 schools are here, really want to come out to our meet, even though it's not, it's not maybe the biggest stadium that you see out there. It's not, you know, the most prestigious. The fact that they choose our meet is, I think, just really a testament to the hard work that our team puts in. So, you know, just a big thank you to all of our volunteers, to all of the coaches for coming every year and bringing their teams. That it really is something special that they've created, and hopefully we'll continue to see them long into the future.
We're really grateful for all the different coaches that come out and make this meet amazing, and the different athletes. Like it would just be a track without them that had no meet happening. And so it's the awesome coaches that are networking with us, that are helping us with pacers, that are bringing their athletes, that are trusting us to put this meet on and make it great. So we just really appreciate the coaches that are bringing their kids out and the athletes who are wanting to run fast.
Come on, you gotta go!